Hello, everyone. It's me. So it's lunchtime on Thursday, and I thought I would do a bit of noodling around during lunch. Do let me know if this audio and everything seems to be working okay. I realise the camera quality is not up to my super high usual standards, but in theory, this should be working. I can see myself, so looks okay. I will wait to see if anyone, well, I'm sure someone will tell me if this has all gone wrong. Thank you, Daniel. You hear me. Good. So, hello, Daniel. How are you? And hello, Simon, who also waved. So this is just me noodling around with 1910. And you probably know 1910 is coming out next week. So I thought I'd do a bit of play before next week, before it comes out. So I've got next to me a laptop, which is the machine you see on the screen here. And this is my ThinkPad. And I'm going to be playing with this. You will notice, of course, that the wallpaper is the Disco Dingo, because this system here is currently not running 1910. It's running 1904. So I'm going to upgrade it, I think. But what I think I need to do, I'm trying to approach this from the point of view of someone who's not done this before. Like, someone who's just running Ubuntu and, they get excited about the next version, or someone's told them a new version is coming out. What do you do? So I think probably the first thing I should do is just read the documentation. Interesting. Why can you not see my browser? That's weird. Hold on just one sec. That one. There we go. That's better. So, an announcement was made, and it conveniently links to documentation to upgrade from 1904. Follow these instructions. So I thought, let's do this by the book, because the problem is, I've done this before, I've upgraded before, and I know how to do it, and I know how I would do it, but I need to see what a normal person would do. So let's try that. Let's try and do this like a normal person. No, good question, Rick. Rick asks, is this system NVIDIA? So there's two systems on my desk here. The one that I'm talking to you through is NVIDIA, but it's running 1804. And the system that you were seeing just now is not NVIDIA. It's running Intel GPU. So this is my ThinkPad X220 that has everything Intel. Upgrades. So what does the web page say? Upgrade from 1904 to 1910. Run the Update Manager application. You can easily upgrade. Now, is this going to work? From 1904 to 1910. I should have started up here, really. You can directly upgrade to 1910 from 1904. Be sure you have all updates applied to your current version of Ubuntu before you upgrade. So I missed that bit. Okay, let's try that. So somewhere on this system, I should have Update Manager. Let's just hide that. And if I go to hit the thing and go update, there we go, software updates. So it's entirely possible there are updates. Hello, Sergey and Thirth. Is that how you pronounce that? So look, new software is available. So let's just do that because that's what the instructions said. You see, Rick, it's great that you're giving me these tips, telling me, well, there's this upgrade bug, you see, but I've got to kind of ignore that, haven't I? Because I've got to pretend like I'm a normal person. A normal person doesn't have a Rick Mills standing behind them saying, that's not going to work. You don't want to do that. So I'm hoping that if we just follow the instructions, it just works. Now, I've only got an hour because it's lunchtime. But in theory, I reckon we could get some way through this. You can see my to-do list on the right-hand side of the screen. Make sure stream setup works. Well, that's what we're doing here. Excuse the very messy desk over here. Excuse all that mess. I like line up books to make it look like I'm intelligent, and then it's all undone with just rubbish on the shelves beneath it. Make sure the setup works, so that works. And then I said upgrade from 1904 to 1910. Okay. Now, this is taking a little while. Oh, it's actually doing the updates now. Good. All right, so it's actually doing stuff. Right, we'll leave that alone. Let's go back to our documentation. So be sure you have all updates applied to your current version of Ubuntu. Before upgrading, it's recommended that you read the release notes. Oh, gosh. Which document caveats and workarounds for known issues in this version. If you have a version other than 1904, see the upgrade notes. Good stuff. Hello. How do I pronounce that? Sufyan Tar? Hey, what about 1910 Ubuntu? Something different than the known version. Yes, that is a very, very good suggestion. I only have a limited amount of time, and I can do what I can in that time. But this laptop is a spare, for want of a better word. I put a clean drive in it and installed 1904. So it's a fairly clean install. Not really indicative of what an upgrade would look like, because most people have got like PPAs and third-party software. So this is just one test scenario. There's a whole bunch of other test scenarios I could do, like installing Ubuntu, like you say, or any one of another like flavors. And if I have time, maybe I'll do that too. But we'll do this one first, because way more people run Ubuntu than runs Ubuntu. And so, that's not disparaging Ubuntu and the awesome work they do. It's just a matter of fact. And so it's a good idea to test the thing that lots of people are going to see. So, actually, it's finished. Ta-da! Your software on this computer is up to date. So I've done that step. Now, you don't have to reboot, but I think I should. I'm just going to reboot. Yeah, so we'll restart that. While that's restarting, let's go back to the documentation. So, these are the release notes for 1910. 1910 supported for 9 months. So it's not an LTS. That's good to know. And it tells you here where you can get the images if you want to download them. So that, I think we'll do that tomorrow. We'll do a clean install of 1910 over the top of this tomorrow, and that'll be good. But here it's got upgrading. So what I'm going to do, how am I going to show, but I can't show both of these at the same time, so this is going to have to be a little bit awkward. Open the software and updates application in the tab updates for any new version. Press Alt F2 and type update manager -C into the command box. I was hoping we could do this without opening a terminal. That's a shame. That's a real shame. Okay. So, well, let's do that. Right, so the machine has rebooted. It didn't take long. Right, let's mirror the display so you see what I see. Right, there we go. So this is 1904, and it's all super up to date. Dan's saying, guess you bought the HDMI to USB capture thing. Actually, no, this is still using my Magewell one. So yeah, it's a bit clumsy, unfortunately. So if you want to follow along the documentation, it's wiki.ubuntu.com/eonermine. I think Eon Ermine /release notes, capital R, capital N. And it says upgrading from 1904. So open the software and updates application. So software and updates application. That's this thing here. Select the third tab. Wow. Like, what if that tab moved? What if it was somewhere else? The third tab, set the notify me of Ubuntu version for any version. Okay, so this is the thing that lets you say, I only want to upgrade from LTS to LTS and I don't want to go from LTS to LTS, I guess. All right, so let's leave that as it is. Oh no, my mouse battery is low. I do like this, that it knows that I've got a battery in my mouse. Like, I'm getting distracted, I'm sorry. But look, my little mouse has only got 5% battery. That's a problem. Well, the good news is I kind of knew that was going to happen. So I actually have another battery. And let's put the other battery in my mouse. Now, is that going to refresh? 55%. Winner. Right, I'll put that in the recycle bin and we'll carry on. Right, now Alt F2 and type update manager -C. Okay, so it's not actually in a terminal. We're doing it in a run dialog, if you like. That's a shame. Alt F2. What was it? Update manager -C. Ooh, what's going on now? Now, there's something else you might want to do that I think we should put in here, but it isn't in here. Oh, see? Doesn't work. Does this assume that 1910's already out? Because I know that -C is not the right thing. So for normal people, this is a page for what to do when 1904 comes out. There's nothing else on this page that describes for people. Has Martin Wimpress been at this? There's emoji all over the place. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I happen to know that that's not what would do an upgrade. It's this. Update manager -D. Because -D means jump to the development release. So, yeah, but you don't really want to tell people that. You don't really want to point people at the -D option, because some people will Google for how to upgrade their system and they'll stumble upon this and then they'll find themselves on a, an unsupported release of Ubuntu. So I suppose it's good that we don't mention it in there. It's kind of hidden, but it's a bit of a shame that, if I wanted to test this out and I followed the steps, I would get here and it wouldn't work. So let's see what happens if I do update manager -D. Do ask any questions while we go along. I can't guarantee to know the answers, but we can try and find the answers together. So yes, I do always get distracted by notifications. Okay, so the software on the computer is up to date. However, 1910 is available. You have 1904. So if I hit the upgrade button, what happens? I need to put my password in because I'm making lots of dangerous changes to my system. Be this is good. Do not install it on a production machine. Okay, so that's really nice. It's good that we tell you. Be nice if that was like flashing or something. This is nice. How to test, how to report bugs, how to participate. Wicked. All right, well, let's just press the button and see what happens. That's it, isn't it? Yeah, Rick. I do see news articles around the place. I'm not pointing the finger at anyone in particular, but the fact is, if you're trying to promote people to try out your beta release, you've got to tell them how to install it. And sure enough, on this page, right at the top of that page, there are links to ISO images. But what if people have already got a system and they want to upgrade it? You got to test these upgrades. As I always say, if you don't test the upgrades, then it's a spiral downhill in quality. Right, so this is going. 4 packages are going to be removed. 95 new packages installed. 1,000 packages are going to be upgraded. Wow. You have to download a total of, 881 meg. This should take 4 minutes. Oh, okay. Installing the upgrade can take several hours. Well, I hope not. I've only got 45 minutes. The process cannot be cancelled. Yeah, that's true. So what's it going to do? It's going to remove these things that I don't care about, and it's going to install a bunch of stuff, and it's going to upgrade a bunch of stuff. Okay, I mean, I don't, as a normal person, I don't really care. Oh, that's a bit shame. Why can I not resize this back down again? Look at all that grey. Oh well, that feels like a bug to me. Let's start the upgrade. Lock screen disabled, and will remain disabled until you reboot. Interesting. So, I think I know what this is. It says lock screen disabled. I have a feeling that that is a a bit of a bodge, because if you upgrade your system, while it's running, like we in Ubuntu, we upgrade systems, like we're replacing packages on a running system. Like right now, I've got all these applications down here that I could launch, and I could be using the system while it's upgrading. But I think there have been problems in the past where when the upgrade is mid-flow and you walk away from the computer and the lock screen comes up, something changes, like a package gets replaced, and it breaks your ability to unlock the desktop, which is a bit of a problem if you're, you've got a thing like this running on there and you don't know how far it's got because the screen is locked and you can't get in because some file or library has been replaced, and that's it. You can't get in anymore. That's a bit of a problem. So I can see why they did that. And actually that raises another thing that's quite interesting. So I ran Update Manager -D, and Update Manager is this graphical tool, right? And effectively it's a front end to the underlying utilities like apt and dpackage and loads of other stuff. And for a long time, Update Manager has had these quirks, these workarounds like that, like the ability to suppress the lock. And that's one reason why in Ubuntu this is taking forever. We've always recommended you use this tool to upgrade rather than manually kludge the thing. I am going to try, a normal user might do this. Cancel. Upgrade will be cancelled. Original state will be restored. You can resume the upgrade at a later time. Okay. So let's see if that works. Is it possible to cancel? Looks okay. Now the reason I want to cancel is I think that the mirror I'm using is slow. So I'm going to go into this handy dandy utility here we were in earlier, software and updates, and do something that I think should be in this documentation. You see here it says server for United Kingdom. There's an other button down here, and you can say find the best server. Bop. So now what it does is it pokes a load of servers and figures out which one's the best one, and then changes your system to point to a better server. Let's do that and see if we get a faster, and then we'll restart the upgrade and then see if we get a faster server. And if that works, then I think it might be a good idea for us to maybe suggest an edit to some of these wiki pages to add, if your download is slow, maybe do, there we go. So it's found a different server, RO mirrors evowise.com. I don't know, is that in Romania? So I'm changing the mirror. Close this, and it will then ask me to do it's doing effectively an apt update, right? When you do that. So in theory, this mirror will be faster than the UK mirror, which is weird given that I'm in the UK. But it's probably because the UK mirrors are the default for a lot of people. So a lot of people will be hitting those servers, especially around about now, around about the release time. Lots of people downloading updates and, testing ISOs and all that nonsense. Right, let's try this upgrade again and see if it's any faster. I can't remember what it was called. Follow the instructions, Alan. Update Manager -D. What? Okay. Why is it wanting to... Okay, install your updates. I think this is reverting something. Or something. I don't know. Maybe there are updates. Let me have a look at the chat, because I've ignored this for a little while. What have people been saying? Eric. Hello, Eric. Report bugs. What's that? Yes. I think maybe we'll get to that either later today or tomorrow, because no doubt we are going to find a bug. It happens. Eric says he's been on the beta for several days and it's been solid so far. Yeah, I'm running it on the machine behind me. It's my main machine. I've running it there for, I don't know, a few weeks. It's been fine. If only we had a way to do atomic updates. Yes. Rick says I'm right about the lock screen. Okay, good. 71 kilobytes. Why so slow? Yes. Right, okay, so it did a little update. Now it says, let's do the upgrade to 1910. So we hit the upgrade button, and we're going through the same thing we did just now. And it should tell me about my 4 packages to be removed, 1,000 packages being upgraded. So we're just going to go through the same buttons again. See what happens. Right, let's see if this is any faster than 71 kilobytes. I mean, it is going over my Wi-Fi, which is shockingly bad. It could be my Wi-Fi. Right, let's go back to here. So, Silent. Hello, Silent Robot. Why doesn't it sort by fastest mirror before the upgrade process? Because I guess to put you in control of which mirror you use, and some people, I don't know, might want to elect to choose a particular mirror. I don't know. That's more like it. Good stuff. The user shouldn't have to do that. It should be part of the upgrade process. Well, maybe. Yeah, patch is welcome. There we go. Your lock screen has been disabled. Away we go. Right. Fetching 1,000 files. Is this going faster? Oh. Yes, that's more like it. So, hail Romania and their awesome internet connection and server capability. Thank you very much. Romania at evowise.com. Everyone should go and buy whatever it is EvoWise do. I don't know who they are. But, yeah, I'm sure they're good stand-up people. They must be, because they're providing bandwidth for me. That's great. So, Zebedee says, if you run the upgrade from the command line, does the screen lock get disabled as well? So, it depends. The short answer is I don't know. And the long answer is I don't think you have to worry about that. Because, there's loads of answers to this. Right, one of them is the way to do the upgrade from the command line, if you were going to be like brutal caveman and do sudo do release upgrade -d, right? So if you're running on a server or you want to do it from the command line because you prefer it or you're doing it remotely, then you would do this. And this launches an SSH server. So in the event that something crashes or the screen locks, you can still get in. So you don't have the problem. So I think it probably doesn't suppress the lock screen simply because it doesn't need to. Because in the event that this screen locked, I could SSH in from somewhere else and carry on with the upgrade. So it's a problem that doesn't need fixing with the command line upgrade. So I think probably not. It might do, but I don't think it does. Loads of questions. Loads of chat. Thank you for joining us. Oh, by the way, hello Zeb as well, and hello Jurea Tira. If an update is cancelled, does it really roll back correctly? Depends where you kill it. If you kill it before it's actually started doing the upgrade, so started doing the upgrade, like arguably this has started doing the upgrade, but it hasn't really started doing the real upgrade of all the software. I'm still running 1904 on this system because, as you can see, it says getting new packages. It's still downloading stuff. And so the way that Ubuntu does the upgrades is it downloads all the debs, then starts doing the upgrade. And if you kill it or the laptop dies or runs out of power at this point, you're pretty good. If it dies at the next step down, not so good. Usually it's recoverable. Like I've not had an unrecoverable upgrade that I can remember ever. Sometimes it requires an awful lot of bashing of keys to unbreak it, but I've not had a properly broken upgrade that I can remember. That doesn't mean nobody has broken upgrades, and there are certain places where you do get broken upgrades, and I'll maybe talk about that in a minute. But let's catch up with the chat. Been running 1910 Mate. Oh, who said that? I scrolled off. Mate 10 for a few days. It's been solid. Excellent. Some folk might be concerned of privacy of a faster mirror, so let's use a slower, more private system. So, yeah, it's true. I don't know. Like, I've got a mirror here in my house, and I should have pointed this at that, because then it would have been, like, much faster. But I wanted to see what a normal person does. Normal people don't have Ubuntu mirrors in their house. I mean, define normal, okay. But, yeah, most people don't have a mirror in their house, and so... I wanted to do what normal people do. But if you're at like a university or something and you're on campus and the sysadmins at the university have set up a mirror, then in theory, you know, the mirror while you're at the university is super fast. But if you're at home on holiday and your laptop is still pointing to the university mirror and you're now at home, maybe it's not the fastest. You know, I don't know. Maybe it should evaluate that every time. Maybe you always want to use the university mirror. Maybe there's software on that archive in that mirror that isn't available elsewhere. Or maybe you have an archive that has a limited set of software in it. I don't know. There are reasons, I guess. I don't know. It's entirely possible it could do. Yeah, Rick suggested you could always ask if you wanted to switch mirror. Yes, that would be nice. That would be a nice feature to have. Like right at the start to say... hey, would you like us to put you on the fastest mirror? It might speed up your upgrade. You know, try and motivate someone to do that. It sounds like a bit of development on Ubiquity by the sound of it. Let's break it. Yes. Any other questions? Could the upgrade process automatically disable the lock screen temporarily, then re-enable it afterwards? Yeah. Yeah, I get. Well. I wonder if it does. Well, effectively, it does re-enable the lock because the very last step is restarting the computer. And when it restarts, it gets re-enabled. Is there any identifiable information sent to the server besides the normal stuff like IP? Well, the server knows what version you're on. What a version of Ubuntu because you're... Oh, does it? Well, it might have the user agent string of the version of curl. So maybe if someone looked at the logs, they might be able to figure out, I don't know. I don't know whether it does. Update Manager might report. I just don't know. 1 Google bits of bandwidth on a local mirror. Yes, it would be quite fast. Although the server it's running, my mirror is running on, is it's not fast. But it's faster than this. Okay, we're nearly there. 3 megasecond. That's okay. So let's have a look at the instructions while that's doing it. Chromium. Right. What are we looking at here? So I'm at this point here where we've run Update Manager. Update Manager should open and tell you new distribution is available. If not, you can also use this ugly thing here. If not. Why not? Why would it not? Why would it not tell me that? Why would I want to do that? That looks awful. You can also use that. That's not enough information. If not, you can also press Alt F2 and paste that nonsense in there, is what it means. Just saying, if not, you can also use this horrible path. God, you can tell I've never read this. So critical of this. Click upgrade and follow the on-screen instructions. So that is where we are. Oh, look. Down here it tells you about do release upgrade. Winning. Should we have a look at some of the features? More questions. Mint does that. Mint does what? Oh, asks. Oh, okay. Oh, that's... Oh, yeah, because they've got their own Mint tool, haven't they? Mint update or something. Yes, that makes sense. Which is interesting because that's actually choosing the Ubuntu mirrors. Are there Mint mirrors separate? Or is it just doing this that I did? I don't know. I don't know. So is any information sent back to Canonical encrypted before it's sent or just plain text? I don't know what context that is. For upgrades, no, I don't know of any information being sent back to Canonical. I think it queries Launchpad and asks, is there an upgrade from what I'm on to something else? And that's how you get the box that says there is a new version. But I think that's just a file on a server somewhere, and it just gets that. Just like, you know, getting a file from a web server. I assume if it's an HTTP mirror, then no encryption. Yeah, I think Dan's right. I think all the mirrors are HTTP. Let's go and find out. There's a super handy page, launchpad.net/Ubuntu/plus mirrors. Mirror list? Mirrors? Mirror list? It's mirror list, isn't it? Mirror list. Let's just Ubuntu mirror list launchpad. Let's just use Google. There we go. Archive mirrors. There we go. Boom. So there you go. Yes, there are lots and lots of mirrors. Wow. Golly. Which one am I on? The one in Romania. Where's that? I'll be all the way down here. Gosh, look how many there are in Germany. Where's Republic of Korea? Gosh. Oh my god. R is really far down. Yeah, there you go. That's the mirror I'm on. And it's got a 10 gigabit connection to the internets. Oh, that's good. Sweet. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Where are we? We were there. So, actually, I'll just flick back so you can see what's going on the old laptop. Bop. It's doing stuff. It's showing me stuff scrolling by, but, you know, I'm a normal person. I don't look at that stuff. So I'll just do that. There you go. So it's installing, unpacking, installing, unpacking, installing, unpacking. Loads and loads of stuff. Good. Let's leave that. What's new? Let's have a look through the notes. Updated kernel. It's using 5.3. Toolchain. New version of GCC and all kinds of other compilers and bits and bobs. New version of Perl. For all you Perl aficionados out there. Channeling Dave Jones there, sorry. Desktop updates. Oh, there's a question. How many PPA mirrors are there? Well, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know what's... Because there is only one Launchpad PPA. PPA.launchpad.net, right? But I don't know how many hosts there are behind that. If you do, like, dig PPA.launchpad.net, I don't know if there's, like, 20 web servers behind it, but they're probably all in our data center. I doubt there's any mirrors elsewhere. Which is one reason why sometimes PPAs are slow to update. Yeah, when you're doing your updates. Right, 1910 GNOME 334, which includes a lot of bug fixes, new features, significant improvements in responsiveness and speed. That's what we love to hear. You can group icons in the activity view. Oh, that's nice. By dragging and dropping them. Oh, like a mobile phone. Improved wallpaper settings. I wonder if that's faster. I always found the wallpaper thing in GNOME to be painfully slow. You, like, say you want to change the wallpaper and the wallpaper dialog comes up and then locks up completely, and then after a few seconds then you can actually use it. I should probably file a bug about that. Improved Wi-Fi settings. You can read the release notes over there. Oh, well, we'll open that as well. Plug in the USB drive and access it directly from the dock. Oh, does that mean you get a nice little thing on the left-hand side? That's cute. New themes. The new Yaru Light and Dark. GNOME tweaks can be used. Install GNOME tweaks. We don't ship GNOME tweaks by default. It's a lot of discussion about whether we should, and I think the general answer is no, we shouldn't. Because it's a tool that lets you shoot yourself in the foot really badly. But I know a lot of people like to tweak up their GNOME systems. GNOME performance improvement. Consistently higher and smoother frame rates. Good. We love a smooth frame rate. Lower output latency in Xorg by 1 frame. What? Lower output latency by 1 frame for most graphics drivers. Okay. Lower input latency for some devices such as touchpad scrolling and keyboards. Oh, I never used touchpads. I do use keyboards though. Lower CPU usage. This is all good stuff. NVIDIA specific improvements. The driver is now included on the ISO. That's good. That's super. So when you do the install, if you do a clean install and you tick that box that says, give me all the non-free evil stuff to make my laptop actually work, you get the opportunity to have the NVIDIA binary driver, which is handy if you're doing an installation offline. So if you're, I don't know, on a plane at 30,000 feet and you want to install Ubuntu, the NVIDIA driver is right there on the CD. I think we couldn't put it on there previously. I think there was some, we didn't have the relevant paperwork or permission, but now we do. So that's good. Improved startup reliability when NVIDIA drivers are in use. 1,2. What are these? Are these bugs? Here are 2 bugs which are fixed for NVIDIA users. What's this? Ubuntu login screen sometimes doesn't appear on a single GPU NVIDIA system. Oh dear. Ubuntu boots to blank screen. Oh god. Those are the worst, those bugs. But that's good that those are better. Improved rendering smoothness and frame rates specifically for NVIDIA. Is this another? This is a upstream mutter bug. So, remove GLX thread swap wait used on NVIDIA. It was hurting performance because it required stalling both the GL pipeline and the event loop. I know what those words mean, but, threaded swap wait was definitely a good idea when it was written. Sick burn. It was written to avoid unthrottled rendering on the NVIDIA driver, but most recent commit has fixed that permanently. Now we can remove threaded swap wait and avoid the performance hit incurs. Sweet. And look who did that. Daniel Van Voot, canonical employee extraordinaire. He's really all over those performance things. That's great. New LibreOffice, new Firefox, new Pulse Audio. Sweet. New stuff on the server. New version of something I've never heard of. OpenStack stuff. Yeah, we'll scan past all that. And all of our friends who have flavors, official flavors. Awesome. More information. So if something goes wrong, here's what you need to know: how to file bugs. And if you'd like to shape, you can contribute in a number of ways. Yeah, so there's not a lot wrong with those notes. We should probably twiddle this bit, I think. So the GNOME 334 release notes are worth looking at. So this is them dragging an icon into a thing that they mentioned earlier. That's good. Better browsing experience if you use that browser, I would imagine. Improved boxes workflow. Box? Create a box. Oh, this is GNOME boxes, isn't it? Yeah. Excellent. It's really cool. It's got these accelerated script things in there that make it really super fast to install, like Linux distros. Save game states. What's in this? Oh, in GNOME Games. Background previews. Music updates. Is that a music app? It looks like an empty window with some artwork in the tracks. It's like going for minimalism there. And that's not all. What else? Terminal now supports right to left and bidirectional languages. Oh, that's cool. Files warns users when attempting to paste a file into a right protected directory. Okay. Settings has been refined so a Wi-Fi list is easier to read. That's good. Search sections can be ordered by dragging them the list. Nightlight section has been moved to the display panel. Oh, that's a good idea. That's good. Sweet. Polari now displays a banner notifying when the user when an app is offline. Okay. So it's still going. Just update. It's searching for obsolete software. So I think what that means is it's installed all the new stuff, and there may be packages that I have on my system that aren't needed by anything that's on my system. Yeah, so there's like 143 packages that it knows I don't need. which is pretty clever. It's all that dependency tracking in debs and stuff. It's pretty clever. No longer needed. Right. So yeah, these are all, you know, an old version of the C compilers and loads of libraries that I don't need anymore. I mean, you might want to scan through this and see if, you know, your favorite application is in that list. It's like, they're going to remove it. Oh, goodbye the disco wallpapers. Hello, Eon wallpapers. Right, okay, so let's remove that stuff. I don't really want the terminal. Go away. Wonder why it keeps doing that. Also, that whole jumping window is a bit weird. I should rewatch this stream and then pick out all these little bugs. So it's removing all the old kernels that I would have had on 1904. Boom! Done. So that was, how long did that take? Someone scroll back and figure out, when did I start the upgrade? It was probably about, what's that, half an hour? Something like that? Not even that much. I think that's pretty good. Anything else in the chat I should... So Silent says, Arch has a reflector that can sort by the fastest mirror and update mirror list. A hook can be set so this is done on a regular basis. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's very cool. Oh, so like on a regular basis, it just goes, which is the fastest mirror? Yes, unfortunately, as Rick points out, the NVIDIA on the ISO means a big bump in the ISO size. Because it's not just the driver, there's other bits and bobs that enable you to build the driver. Does no boxes come pre-installed on Ubuntu? No, I don't think it does. Why remove fantastic wallpapers? Okay, about 30 minutes, was it? That's all. So, just for reference, if in case you're watching this and like wondering of the specs of this system, this is a Lenovo ThinkPad. There's a details button somewhere, isn't there, that will tell you? Yeah. So, I mean, it already says Eon Ermine because it's reading a file that's been replaced, you know. So it's an Intel Core i7 Sandy Bridge. So it's a bit old CPU. Like this is, what, 2011, 2012 era CPU. It's got a lot of RAM. I mean, it's got 16 gig of RAM, and I was doing nothing else. So it had all of that. And it's got a 240 gig SSD, but it's not like a premium SSD, but it is an SSD. So obviously this would have taken longer had I had a spinning Rust drive in there, or might have taken a bit longer with less RAM. I don't know, but probably didn't use all of that RAM to do that upgrade, I would imagine. So that's good. Right, I should reboot this now. So we hit the restart button. So here's the moment of truth. Like, does it come back? That will be the full test. Get a cup of coffee during the upgrade. Yes, a good idea. And actually, I did exactly that. I got a cup of coffee before I started the upgrade, and away we go. Unfortunately, it's half an hour old, so it's cold now. Okay. 16 gigs is mostly normal. Well, yeah, I guess, but I don't know. There's a lot of people who've maybe bought a laptop that had 4 gig, because I mean, this is 2011, 2012 technology, and it would have come with 4 gig. And maybe people upgrade them, but I think a lot of people don't. I think a lot of people keep, you know, the same. So I can see the login screen. You can't. I don't know if I can make it appear. No. That's interesting. That's a thing. So one of the things that I like about, see, there's my mouse. See, it is working. One of the things I used to like about Unity, like DM, is whichever screen you put the mouse on, it puts the login dialog on that screen, which is really quite nice. Because if your laptop is like tucked under the desk and plugged into a display, the login screen appears on your laptop. I guess it appears on the primary monitor in GNOME. So I'm just going to log in and see if that worked. Oops. Great success. That worked. Like, what more is there to say? So yeah, we've now got Eon, and we've got this funky Wi-Fi thing that's apparently easier to read. We've got the nightlight thing down in display. Where's that screen display? Where's Nightlight? Oh, there it is, up top. That's cool. So yeah, Thunderbolt. I don't have Thunderbolt on this machine. That's pretty cool. Oh, it's found my printer. Oh, this is just brilliant. Right. Some settings for the dock. I wonder if the backgrounds thing that it said was good is change background. Is this? Oh yeah, that's faster. Oh, this is nice. I like this. Yeah, this is all good. Oh, look at these. Oh, I like that one. That's a bit retro, isn't it? I don't know why it's retro, but it is. Oh, I like that. Yeah. We'll have that. Nice. There we go. That was easy, wasn't it? Well, we finished in 45 minutes. So what were my steps? Skip lunch. Well, I did that. Make sure the stream setup works. We did that. Upgrade from 1904 to 1910. Noodle around a little bit. What else do we want to do in here? Oh, that was it. The activities. It said you could, not activities, applications. You could group them. So if I go all, can I don't know, drag something over something else? What if I grab hold of this and go, those are all my Mozilla applications. Internet. Let's put all my internet stuff together. That's pretty cool. How'd you get them out again? I guess. Ah, you have to get them both out. Well, that works then. What's that animation speed like? See, I mean, bear in mind, this is a 2011, 2012 era laptop with no discrete GPU. It's using an Intel Sandy Bridge GPU. So this, to give you some idea, this just plays Minecraft. Just. Barely. But that I don't like. Half a second, if I click applications, I want to see all my applications. I don't want to wait half a second before they appear. Wonder if we can speed that up with the old GNOME tweaks and stuff. Why have I got two videos? What's going on here? What's that? That's that. And then what's that? Oh, I've got a dot under both of them. There's some kind of duplicated icon there. Let's have a look in system monitor. Anything you want me to run? Do let me know. Seems to be working all right. Yeah, it's functioning. You know, it's usable. Oh, what's all this? Why is it split? Oh, in directories. Oh, okay. We need to suppress those in here. Is there a way to suppress them? No. Can I set the preferences and say don't show? No. That's a shame. That would be nice. What is videos? Well, colour me unsurprised. The Guardian would feature in there. Euronews movie trailers. Oh, I've never seen this before. Wow, look at that. Yeah, I'm not going to start any of them because I'll get a copyright strike if I do. That's pretty funky. Anything else? Anything I've not noticed before? No, what's this? Is that additional software or something? Ah, additional drivers. So if I had an NVIDIA card and I hadn't already installed the driver, I could use that to bop and get the driver. But yeah, this has changed a bit. The theme is a bit different. We could have a look at the theming side of things. Let's open File Manager and then background. How do you change the theme? Appearance? Is there an appearance thing? I have no idea how to do this. Can you even do this? Screen display. Do I have to use tweak to change the theme? Any of you know that? Silence says a further argument why GNOME tweaks should be included by default. Well, let's install it and see what we get, right? I'm going to be an animal and go sudo apt install gnome tweaks. Is it gnome? I think it's gnome tweak, isn't it? Oh, tweaks, in fact. Right, so if we load tweaks, appearance. Yaroo, 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 yaroo. Yaroo dark. Ooh. So this is the default. This is Yaroo. Let's open a couple of things. So we've got a measure of how it's changing. Sorry, I don't have a very high resolution screen on this laptop, so I can't really spread stuff out all over the place. What do people normally have open when they do this kind of thing? Well, let's try Yaroo dark. Oh, I like that. Cursors. Yaroo, okay. Icons, Yaroo. Shell, what? What's that? Why is what is that? What is that? What does that mean? Does that mean you can't theme the shell? This is not the theme you're looking for. Sound theme, okay. So all I needed to do was change that to Yaroo dark. What do we think? Oh, that was quite nice. Hang on, how do I oh, I have to drag it down. Okay, so you can't double click the title bar anymore. Oh, you can. You have to click that bit there. Yeah, it seems all right, doesn't it? We've done a good job. I like this. Well, that's good. I'm going to destroy that again tomorrow and reinstall over the top. Any other questions? Tweak. Lol, no, not without tweaks. Lol, gnome tweaks. Oh boy, look at this madness. I think you can install fish. It's odd to me. Why not just incorporate everything in gnome tweaks into the base gnome settings? Well, you know, the argument is usually that the more stuff you put in the default install, the more code paths you have to go down, and the more testing needs to be done, and the more maintenance needs to be done by the core developers. And there's a small set of them. And I have some sympathy with this point of view that, you know, if you start overloading the default install, then, you know, you're going to need more people to maintain that stuff because there's more ways in which it can break, more code that you need to maintain. I really like this. I think this is really quite nice. I really like that Yaroo dark. Oh, I should have tried the light version as well, shouldn't I? Appearance. Yaroo light. Oh gosh. That's poke your eyes out bright, isn't it? Yeah, I guess some people might like that. I just don't. I'm all about the dark theme. Look at that. I quite like the way it transitions from one to the other as well. They've done whoop. It's quite cute. I mean, part of me thinks it should just go bang and all change immediately because, like, but it looks like all the components get, you know, inherit the theme, you know, one after the other. So these buttons seem to be the very last thing to theme. But I mean, it's a minor thing, but it's a bit weird. I think it might be nice if it just, you know, whole desktop goes away, comes back in a new theme. But I'm not going to go about designing somebody else's software right now. I think we did all right there. We should wrap up. Okay, so we've got the upgrade done. I think tomorrow, what did I say I was going to do? Wait for the next daily ISO. Yes. Apparently, the ISO is currently broken, so don't download the daily now. So I'm waiting for a fix to that. And then what I'll probably do is just install over the top on this laptop with this same setup again tomorrow. And then test some more things. If you have any suggestions for what I should test, leave them in a comment below. Bear in mind, this is only a lowly Sandy Bridge Intel CPU. That's the only laptop I can really nuke at the moment. But if there's anything in particular you want me to test, I think an install won't take more than about 15-20 minutes, something like that. So I might be able to squeeze 2 in. So if there's a preference for which flavor that we could do, someone already mentioned maybe do Ubuntu. And I fully expect at this point Martin Wimpress is watching and he's getting the Ubuntu Mate army to come in and like leave a comment saying you should do Ubuntu Mate. which is reasonable, I guess. But yeah, if there's any other flavors you think we should test, let me know. And if you find this interesting, also let me know, because it's quite good fun and it's a nice break from doing actual work to sit here and play with other people's stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Thank you for being in the chat. I really appreciate all the comments. Andy just says, don't download the ISO. Great, I just have. Whoops. Yeah, grab the beta if you're going to grab anything. So yeah, thanks again, everyone. I'll see you all next time. Cheers. Bye-bye.